Oh boy, hello, hello. Been chilling today. I hope this isn't too loud. Because, like, I don't talk very loud naturally, so... Like, I don't want to be overshadowed by, like, music. We chilling today, you know? Kind of started a little bit earlier, but... I could have waited a little longer before turning this on. But nah, I don't feel like it. I hope this actually went correctly. Mm. Hello. How y'all doing today? Ooh. Like, I kind of wake up kind of late-ish. Not really late. I mean, I wake up at like 10 most of the time. So, like, I woke up to, like, all this new Pokemon news, and I'm just like, ugh. I need to catch up. Goodbye. Be gone. Nature. Ketchup. Ash Ketchup. Hello. Catsy. Like, I just woke up to all that new Pokemon news for Legend ZA, and I'm just like, ooh. I like what I see. Even though I never played X and Y, I wanted to, but like I didn't have it. I had Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Well, Omega Ruby. So I didn't really get to play X and Y. Hi. Yeah. Anyways, I felt like drawing something Pokemon related today. Don't mind me. I'm just lagging real bad. Not really into Pokemon news. I do enjoy me a good Pokemon game every once in a while. I just think it's fun. I like turning my brain off. And I still think a lot of the character designs are pretty cool. This is like the first time in my life where I'm like, I think the male protagonist base design actually looks better than the female one for this game. It's just something about the pants on the female character that I saw. I'm just like, you look kind of silly. I don't like it. You looking a little silly there. I think they're like new characters too. I don't know. My computer's kind of lagging today. And/or my camera's kind of spazzing out with the VTuber studio, whatever. Like, it's like tracking my face weird. That's why I put the glasses on, because it's like not picking up anything correctly right now. Nothing wants to work correctly today. This is just a chill moment. We're here to chill. Chill life. Indeed. Chilling. Because honestly, I had nothing planned for today. I'm just like, I said I was gonna draw tomorrow, and I'm just gonna do that. Had no solid idea of what to do. But hey, at least that Pokemon news dropped like yesterday, this morning, I don't know. So that's at least one thing to talk about. At least for me, I'm kind of excited. I just want to be able to put my character in a skirt when I play a Pokemon game, because like I can't do that in Scarlet and Violet. Can't do that in Legends Arceus. I want to be able to do it in this game, please. This is supposed to be the Kalos region. It's supposed to be fashionable. I demand skirts. That is like my biggest complaint so far with some of these games. Is just like, why can't I put my girl in a skirt? Please. Give me skirt back. I want to look cute and fashionable in the Pokemon world, please. Why can't I put my men in skirts? Exactly, same thing too. Because like that's also a complaint for some of the games. It's like, why can't the male fashion choices always kind of suck in some of these games? What if I want to make a cute boy this time, huh? I can't do that. I mean, the Scarlet and Violet character designs kind of look a little the same in the face, sort of. Like, all the face stuff and all, like, the hair stuff is, like, you can put it on either one, but everybody has to be stuck with the stupid little uniform. Why can't I have freedom? Give me the freedom to dress up my characters again, please. I actually liked the customization in Sword and Shield more, because like I could make a cute character design. It's like the one thing that these games really need is just to not gender lock all the outfit choices. That's it. That's all they need to do. They don't need to do anything so like neutral like they did with Scarlet and Violet where everybody has the same uniform. Just just don't gender lock the outfit items and that's it. Please. The possibilities for cute character creation opens up when you do that. Cause like the hairstyles I don't think are limited in Scarlet and Violet. You can put anything on. That is my complaint. That's like just the one thing a character creator should be able to do, honestly, in this day and age. Just don't lock things. That's all you need to do. Because then it just gives you the freedom to make whatever you want, and I think that's better than trying to, like, restrict everything. The ability to make the most horrendous creature and the most gorgeous character you should be able to do that in a good character creator. If you can't do the extremes, then it's a terrible character creator. That's my opinion. If I can't make the most beautiful creature and the most horrendous creature in the same character creator, you got a terrible character creator. Is like that meme, be happy, fit in society. And I don't fit into society anymore. I gave that up years ago. I only fit in if I have to. Morning, everyone. I love your shades. Also, the music is audible this time. Thank you! I also had no intentions of having this sound like a French cafe music, but it kind of fits with the announcements for Pokemon today, so... The vibes are working. Also, I just have these shades on because, like, the tracker's lagging on VTube Studio, and it just makes my eyes look like they're zooming across the place, and it just looked bad. It looked bad. I'm trying to hide it. It's happened before. I think I just need to, like, actually, like, completely, fully reset my computer later. Either that or just close a few things. You love Pokemon? I did not know that. Then again, that explains why you know the rice balls. I think I said I like games like Pokemon and Fire Emblem. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've said, so. I never look back at what I've said. I just say things. Yeah, I woke up to all that new Pokemon news because I think it's either today or yesterday is Pokemon Day. I think today is Pokemon Day. I don't know. Like, they officially made the announcements for Legend ZA, and I'm excited. I heard you say you like Fire Emblem, but I don't remember the Pokemon part. I don't know. This is like the first time in my life where I'm like, I think the male character protagonist looks cuter than the female one. I mean, they look kind of the same, but like the female one has funny looking pants, and I'm just like, I don't vibe with your pants. Today is Pokemon Day. The live stream was early this morning. Yeah. Yeah, I knew the announcement happened at some point. I know I was asleep. So, like, I just wake up to everybody posting stuff about it, and I'm just like, ah, yes, I'll check this out later. I'll catch up later. I'm just liking what I'm seeing right now. Although I never played X and Y. I kind of wanted to, but I never got the chance. I played Omega Ruby and a lot of the games after that, because, like, I didn't necessarily grow up with Pokemon games as a kid. I kind of watched a little bit of the anime, but not really. But of course, the best protagonist of them all was James. Prove me wrong. Jesse and James. They need to be together. They work best as a pair. Yeah, I think the base for the male protagonist for ZA looks arguably more fashionable than the female one. I mean, they look like they're supposed to be part of like the same organization or something with their jackets or whatever. Which is what I'm hoping is why they look like that. Because like her pants are kind of funky. Like why are they funky like that? I'm not vibing with your pants. Although they both vaguely look like Sycamore, it's kind of weird. There's something about their hairstyle. With the little strand that they had going on. Vaguely Sycamore-like. I never played any Pokemon game until Detective Pikachu, which I haven't finished. The only ones I played are that and Violet, which I also didn't finish before that. I only cared about the anime. Yeah, I played Ruby. I kind of played I saw like my friend when I was like really little playing Pokemon Emerald when I was like much younger. That was like the first glimpse I ever had of a game for Pokemon. Other than like all the anime and stuff like that. But like I played Omega Ruby, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and then Sword and Shield and Scarlet. Specifically for like the games that I've played were Moon, Ultra Moon, and Shield. Although I lost my original copy of Moon, I don't like to talk about that. There was a point in time where I lost a bunch of my physical 3DS games, and I was super upsetting. Because, like, before that, I lost a copy of Omega Ruby. Like, it fell out of my pocket. And then, my sister, being weird, decided to throw out my 3DS game because she's like, you play your games too much, I'm trying to help you. But, like, girl, you just threw out, like, probably $100 of 3DS games or something. Which is sad because I had Rhythm Thief on 3DS! And that game has no sequel and you can't find it anywhere now, and I'm just so upset. I'm like, girl, why would you do that to me? I actually liked that game. And there's no sequel to it either. Cause like Sega does this thing where they try to make a new franchise and then it just flops and they don't touch it ever again. Did you see Detective Pikachu with Ryan Reynolds? I did, and it deserves as much love as Sonic. Yeah, I remember Detective Pikachu. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad, actually. It's like... It's pretty good. I was watching it with my mom, actually. Like, my dad didn't really like it, even though he's the one who took me to see it. But, I think my mom liked it more. I think she was following along with the plot. It's me, Adrian! I'm on Mount Timble. Hello, hello, welcome, you finally made it. My tablet. Table. Words. I know words. Sounds like you and your sister have that Ida ortho dynamic based on the moon tragedy. I wouldn't call it that. She's annoying. I love her to bits, but she's annoying. Hello. Anyways, today is a slightly different topic of conversation because we're kind of talking a little bit about Pokemon, because I also like Pokemon. But any excuse to talk about Twisted Wonderland, I will take it. Ooh. Ooh. Fun. Then again, Ida found Ortho annoying too, even when Ortho tries to help him. I mean, that's just every sibling dynamic ever, if you want it to be more real. They always find each other annoying. But in a good way. This is supposed to be relaxing cafe music. I guess we're in an Italian cafe now. What's your fave Pokemon? I got a few, actually. Because, you know, like, there's always, like, the starters and just, like, your favorite Pokemon from, like, regions or whatever. So, like, I got a few. So it's hard to pick just one. But, I do like Mawile. That one's one of my favorites. Little creature gremlin. I like Mawile. and Gardevoir, surprisingly. Mostly fairy types in general. I like the fairy type Pokemon. There's also Grimmsnarl. That one's honestly one of my favorite fairy types. It's just a goblin creature. It looks so buff and big, but it's short. It's smaller than me. I love that. Scary goblin creature. I love it. And like when I was working at the parks, One of my bosses, he was like, he just randomly asked like a bunch of us a question like, "What's your favorite starter Pokemon?" And I was like the only one who answered. I'm like, I like Trico. It's a good choice. That was the only boss I had that I actually liked. Because he was just the chillest dude. I honestly wonder what he's doing now because, like, the place I used to work at is no longer going to exist. I'm edgy, so I like dark types. Is that a cool boss? Indeed. The chillest. I still feel kind of bummed out that I missed the day where his wife came in with their kid and everybody was just like cooing at the baby and I'm just like, oh man, I wish I was there for that. I wanted to meet the child. I just think it's adorable when people do that. Cute. Sometimes I think I want to go back to that place, but then it's like, I'm worried they're gonna give me, like, Magic Kingdom instead or something. I don't want to work there. Please, no. Fun fact, Pokemon actually had a live show during Gen 1 based on the anime. It was a musical, and it revealed that Professor Oak has feelings for Ash's mom, and may even be his dad. Lol. I've heard about that one too. The 90s and early 2000s seemed to have a lot of live shows for things, didn't they? It's always when you miss a day, something happens. Yeah, but then the one time I don't miss a day, some kid punched a window. She's like, what? How? Why? Professor Oak is bi-coded. Typing on a touch screen is kind of tricky. We all have our headcanons, you know? They don't have to make sense. I just don't anymore, but Kid Me was wired. Sometimes we headcanon things that don't make any sense, and that's okay. As long as we acknowledge that they don't make sense. I can't really think if I've ever headcanoned anything for a show or whatever that made absolutely no sense. Because, like, I usually just focus on what's presented in front of me. And usually whatever I headcanon usually just stems from, like, whatever actual information is presented. So, like, my brain isn't that crazy when it comes to thinking of things like that. Kid Me was wild because I once thought that Pikachu was a girl. I don't know why. I mean, there can be girl Pikachus. At least back when the game first released, the male and female Pikachus were like the exact same, so. And I don't think female Pikachu show up that often in the anime anyway, so. So, like, unless you actually, like, played the games that actually showed that. The difference between the two. Yeah. I can see where one might think that. I can see why you thought Pikachu was a girl in the voice. Pikachu! So I thought that half of the boy characters I would see in the cartoon were girls. Like Flower from Bambi. Understandable. I thought Flower was a girl too. But I feel like everyone did. I mean, they made him so flamboyant on purpose. They did that on purpose. Not Andy with the most perfect impression ever. Fake. Well, I thought Bambi was a girl and it was Gandalf girl. I'm like, what? Traps are older than we realized. Yeah, I love that Pikachu impression. Pika. I'm not that good at impressions anyway, so I'm impressed I can still do a Pikachu. Pokemon anime was created by LGBT people, mayhaps? I mean, look at James. Most flamboyant man you've ever seen in your life. I kill for James. Jesse and James, the iconic duo. They stand. I do remember I got the chance to like meet their voice actors before, as well as some other Pokemon voice actors. No one can carry me since my mama. I think it was whoever was voicing Barry in the anime called me a trash panda or something. But I was actually cosplaying as a Team Skull Grunt. You, the panda! I'm like, not exactly. Speaking of which, fun fact, Meowth was originally voiced by a trans woman. Yeah, I heard about that. And then, James' voice actor continued voicing Meowth after. At least I think it was James' voice actor. I think he actually talked about that in that panel. I don't remember. That was years ago. I will never forget I was called a panda by one of the voice actors. Stuff like that just sticks with you, you know? What panel do you refer to? I went to like a small little convention once, and it was just like the Pokemon voice actors talking about stuff. I can't remember the details off the top of my head. I just know that, like, it was back when I was like in high school, so. And like a group of us went as like Team Skull Grunts because it's like, you know, easy to do. And yeah, I had like a Pokemon hat thing. It was like a Dawn's hat or whatever, but I just like flipped it inside out or something, and I glued like black felt on it to look like the Team Skull hat. Oh yeah. Rest in peace. Truly iconic. I didn't know Ambi was a cosplayer. Not really. I only did it like once, twice maybe. But the first one I'll always remember because we were just trying to find clothes that resembled the Team Skull because like in lore they made their outfits, so it was kind of easy to find clothes to make look like the Team Skull uniform. Cheap and easy to make. I just remember, like, there was a few, like, Team Skull Grunts and a few Guzmas at that convention. And there was only one Plumeria, and that was my friend. And we were supposed to take part in, like, a Team Skull and Team Rocket photo shoot, but we had to leave early because it was snowing. It sucked, because, like, our group had the only Plumeria cosplayer out of everybody that showed up at that convention. And again, it was a small convention too, so it was like a small local thing in the area. I still have the photos from that too. It's lying around somewhere. You could say that the snow made you blast off again. At the speed of light. Although, like, I did cosplay a second time in my life, but that time I actually bought, like, a costume. Instead of, like, made one. It was Zelda from Breath of the Wild. I still have that costume in my closet. Like, if I ever get invited to, like, a costume party or whatever, at least I have something to wear. Although I think fixing the wig is gonna be a challenge after after all this time because it's kind of just, it's been sitting in a bag. I will say though, I made a pretty good Zelda. I know I originally wanted to do Twilight Princess Zelda because I didn't want to wear a wig. And my hair is already brown, and that's the only brown-haired Zelda. So. What is this OC? Another character for your game idea? No, this is just a Pokemon Gijinka design. I made this like a while ago. Because I like doing that whenever I play a Pokemon game. Every once in a while, I'll make designs for whatever Pokemon I had on my, like, winning teams or whatever. This one is a Hisuian Typhlosion that I named Ida. After Ida Shroud. I thought Breath of the Wild Zelda was orange. No, she's blonde. I think the original Zelda was like a redhead or like a brown hair, but it looked orangey. Cause most of the Zeldas are like blonde. Some variation on a blonde shade. Let me guess, you saw the live stream today and the stream is celebrating the occasion. Not really. It was just a coincidence, to be honest. I'm just like, I need something to draw. And then I woke up and I remembered, oh yeah, Pokemon. My Wi-Fi went out, but I'm back. Hey! I hate when that happens too. We're just talking about what I'm drawing, which is a Pokemon Gijinka design. Because I like making Pokemon Gijinka designs for most of the games that I've played. And it's usually my champion team or like my final winning team. Which usually includes a starter because I keep the starter. The starter is my baby. I'm not trading him away. I happen to name my Arceus starter Ida. Because I'm like, I saw that thing and I'm like, you remind me of Ida for some reason. Pokemon Stream 1. I would like to do one actually, but I don't have the equipment for that. My laptop would explode. Even if I had like the proper capture cards or whatever for that. This thing's chugging right now. Though I do like how when I woke up this morning, everybody was like talking about like, good for AZ! Look at this man! He's no longer a hobo. My friend named her Pokemon Malleus. I know it's Sun Ghost type. Yeah. Yeah, I have some Pokemon in like a few of my games where I just named them after Twisted Wonderland characters. Or just anime characters in general. So like I got a lot that are just randomly named after a few anime and video game characters. Mostly anime characters. Like, I named him Meowscarada after Sullivan from Black Butler. Because I honestly cannot pronounce the first name. So I just refer to that character by the last name because, like, I can pronounce Sullivan. I cannot pronounce that first name. No matter how hard I try. And I have, like, an Umbreon named Ciel in one of my games. And what crazy, she doesn't like Malleus yet. Likes that Pokemon. That's kind of funny. I mean, I do like Malleus. He scares me. I need to find a Pokemon to name after Malleus, actually. I know I have one named after Kakyoin from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's a Dragapult. I named it Kakyoin. I don't really remember the logic and reasoning for that one. I'm just like, you remind me of Kakyoin. I'm gonna name you Kakyoin. Because obviously naming a Cherubi Kakyoin is too obvious. Which is why I did not do that. I believe that is it for outlining. He's looking a little kind of goofy. Here's my reference images. Yeah, see, this is the first time I drew this character. My first time drawing Ito. He a little off of a character. I want him to be off. Have every Eevee and name them after Twist characters, all but Umbreon, because IDK what to name him. Grim? I don't know. I mean, if it's a shiny Umbreon, I feel like it'd be easier to name him Grim. Because of the coloration. I know I have a Rapidash that I named Riddle in one of my... I think it was in Legends Arceus. I named one of them Riddle. No, I named one... Like, I have two Pokemon named after Riddle, but, like, in different ways. Because, like, I have a Hisuian Zoroark that I named Rose Hearts. Which is after Riddle, and then the Rapidash is named after Riddle. I have a Meowth named Grim. Aww. Which kind of Meowth? There's like 3 now. Which form of Meowth? Because I think the Alolan Meowth would be adorable to name after Grim. I should do that. Oh yeah! And that's like the perfect one to name after Grim. The dark type now. Spoiled little creature you are, Grim. I will spoil you, my son. When I named my Scarlet starter, Josuke. After Josuke, Higashikata from JoJo. Cause like when I first saw Quaxley and the whole thing about like his hair, I'm just like, you're gonna be named after Josuke. Cause you have fabulous hair. And that is one fabulous final evolution. Eevee, Riddle, Leafeon is... Okay, regular Eevee is Riddle, Leafeon is Ruggy, Vaporeon is Azul, Jolteon is Rook, cause IDKY, Flameon is Leon, Espeon is Jamu. Ooh, interesting choices. I have a Arbok I named after Jamu. I'm like, if Jamil had a Pokemon, he'd definitely have an Arbok on there. Maybe even a Seviper. Just all the snake Pokemon for Jamil. Maybe throw in a Chatot because Parrot. Glaceon is Floyd, and Sylveon is Bill. Ooh, nice choices. I named the... What was it called again? Sneasler? I named Sneasler after Bill. Like, you're just too perfect to name after Bill. Like, you fit so well. A poison fighting type that looks fabulous. That is perfect for Bill. Then Umbreon has no name yet. The tricky one. Had ugly Pokemon, so I named him Oldville. I think the file name for that model is Croneville. Or Crone or something. Poor Bill, man. That's a whole experience that nobody should have. Why? 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 There we go. Also, I have Hunter who I named Ida. Ooh. That's also a good name for a Hunter. No, I'll just fill this in by him. And Mewtwo I named Ortho. Nice. I named that shiny Ponyta you get in Arceus Ortho. I haven't touched that Ponyta though. I don't want it to evolve. Because it looks less blue when it evolves, and I'm just like, you're gonna stay tiny forever. You will forever be Ortho. Oh wait, I still need to fix this area. Oopsie. I'm gonna try and throw flat colors onto this and then end it because I started off very laggy today. Which means I have to actually like completely reset my computer. Which is annoying. I have a Gengar named Sebek. That's an interesting choice. A very interesting choice for Sebek. Although I have a shiny Luxray that I named Loxus? I think that's what I named the shiny Luxray. Because it's a... Because I like Fairy Tail. Surprisingly. And I haven't finished Fairy Tail either. I'm still on like the 1,000-year war or something. Or Tartarus. Why am I glitching out? Why am I disappearing from existence? What is wrong? Yeah, Tuesday should not be this laggy. Tuesday should function properly because I'll factory reset the entire thing. Well, not like factory reset, but like sometimes just turning the computer off and on again works. Maybe deleting some files for things that I definitely have not finished and don't want to finish at all. And or just moving things to an external hard drive. I got a Persian named Sebastian from Black Butler. Ooh! That's a good one. I don't think I have that many Pokemon I named after Black Butler characters. I just know off the top of my head. I named the Meowscarada after Sullivan. Who's gonna finally show up in the anime? Best girl is here. The Emerald Witch herself. Honestly, I still need to catch up on the manga because that's about the arc where I kind of no longer had access to the manga because I like moved states, and then the library around where I live now does not have manga at all, which means I have to buy volumes, but I don't have money. Speaking of Black Butler, I had a huge hate on Quad, but yeah. I still need to actually watch season 2 of Black Butler because I kind of skipped over that entirely. Like, I saw some of it, but I never finished watching it. But that's where some of the funniest gifts come from. Because that season was just, do whatever you want. That full rain, go. I still need to find a site to watch the public school arc for Black Butler because I don't like using Crunchyroll. As far as I can tell, that's where the seasons were dropped off first on like Crunchyroll or something. I don't think it's on Netflix or anything. At least, I don't know because I haven't looked. I don't know if it's still on Netflix either. Someone who I sell my soul to, Claude or William. I picked Claude. Well, William's a Grim Reaper. I don't think he can really purchase your soul. He puts it where it's supposed to go. Claude will not. I have 2 apps that I could watch anything for free, but apps a lot though is worth it. One is Clappy and another is Vidmob. Information, oh boy. Yeah, cause like, I also want to find like a fan translated version, to be honest. Like, yeah, I like the English dub for Black Butler, because I think the voice casting was actually pretty good for that one, but, I want the authentic experience, if you know what I mean. that manga experience. God could kill me in a heartbeat, but I don't care. Understandable. Attractive fictional men can get away with anything. Like Sebastian. Speaking of Sebastian, I have a Sebastian figure as part of my little collection of things I like. But I still need to get the matching CL figure that goes with that one. Always the hot ones. Because, like, I ordered the Sebastian figure and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually affordable. I'm surprised. And then I'm trying to find the CL one that goes with it, and I'm just like, I waited too long, now it's gone, now I gotta search for it again. It's the Book of the Atlantic figures. I need them. I mean, at least Sebastian wouldn't kill you right away. I mean, if you like being toyed with like your food, maybe, I don't know. He's playing the long game, is what he's doing. I'll take my sweet time. It's actually very entertaining to witness. Black Butler is truly a chaotic series. Chaotic Butler manga. I was at a thrift shop and I saw a Leona figure with a tiny Ruggy and Jack on him. The Ruggy and Jack were from another set, but someone hot glued Ruggy and Jack there. Oh boy! That's definitely interesting. I have seen like the 1/8 scale figures for Twisted Wonderland, and I'm just like, I want one, but those are kind of out of my budget. And I also don't have room for anything else at the moment. Like, I'm pushing it with like 14 Monster High dolls at the moment. And they don't have stands. And I also have like 5 Disney Park princess dolls. I could not resist the princess dolls. I'm like, ooh, I can get these half off, I'm taking it! This is part of the why I want to go back to my old job. I'm like, ooh, discounts, please. The same shop, I saw another Leona one, but with a tiny villain Malleus. Interesting, interesting. Someone got shippy. With the most basic ships. I don't want to sound mean and catty, but I think it is kind of basic. I don't know, cause like it's too common. I see it everywhere. I'm just like, okay, whatever. You do you. I'm not much of a shipper anyway, but like I have my opinions, you know. I just one day want to get enough character merch to make an actual eat a bag. And decorate it with some of the pins I got on discount. Although I do have a lunch bag and it's Ignahide themed. This is the Ignahide lunch bag tote thing. And I put some Hercules pins on it because I'm like, you know what? It gets the point across. So I saw a doujinshi of twists in the same shop. What kind of thrift shop is this? I may have not read them, didn't buy it, just read it. Who's getting rid of their doujinshis at a thrift store? Like, if you're gonna get rid of your doujinshis, you'd think you'd just, like, sell it to somebody who wants it. That's just strange. You'd be shocked what I find. I've only been to like a thrift store once and I did not come across anything that weird. Then again, I'm kind of in like a not very interesting place, to be honest. Like I said, the local library has no manga. Hell, I don't even remember the name! Do you remember the ship? I'm just curious. For curiosity's sake. Girl, yes I did. Spill the beans. For science. I'm nosy right now, I need to know. I saw Jack and Kalim, Ace and Deuce, and Jamil and Kalim. Honestly, not bad. Not bad at all, in my opinion. Leona with Vil and Malleus. Now that one I find a little boring. I've never really been a fan of characters that like hate each other, and then people try to ship them. It's just not my personal interest when it comes to playing with fictional characters like they're dolls. I think I saw one with Vita and Azul, but I can't remember. I'm not surprised that that exists, because I think they are kind of popular. Honestly, anything with Azul is probably popular. Because, like, Octavianelle in general is popular in both sides of the fandom. Like, even if you're not very familiar with Twisted Wonderland, you probably saw the Octavianelle characters at some point. And that's about it. Like, everybody just loves the Fish Mafia, me included, but, like, honestly, I'm more of a Ignite or Pomfiore. The art I see with Azul is woo! I mean, there's some good Azul art out there. Like, I ain't complaining. I understand the appeal here. Some things it's like I understand the appeal, and other things I'm like, I don't get it. But like, it's not my business, you know? I just search out what I want, you know? Keep myself in my own little corner. Ooh, I remember one Floyd and Azul. That was a fun read. It's either you pair Azul with one of the twins or both of the twins. Or both at the same time. Like, you do you, man. I do not mind. As long as you acknowledge you're playing with the characters like they're your dolls, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's fan content, so it's like, it's not even canon. There's no point in getting mad about its existence, you know? I'd rather Azul have both the twins. Based opinion. ¿Por qué no las dos? Ah, jeez. Azul, who lets you have two boyfriends? That honestly reminds me of a funny image I saw. It was a Japanese fan art of like that cursed image of like the girl standing in the window and there's like a scary shadowy figure behind her. But it was instead Azul with the twills behind him. I was like, yeah, that sums up the dynamics. Azul and his scary bodyguards. Coming to beat you up for money. We talk about all kinds of things here, you know? The doujinshi I saw with the twills with it, like Jade and Trey, or Riddle and Floyd, or the twills, is Azul. It's always wild. Yeah. I don't really like the Floyd and Riddle ones that much. I'm just not a fan of that dynamic. Same thing with like Leona and Malleus. I'm not a fan of that kind of dynamic where they like hate each other. That's just a me thing though. And why am I popping in and out of existence? I just want to finish the flat colors, please. Please let me finish. And then I will go. I must yap. About pointless Twisted Wonderland ships, who I honestly do not care that much about. But I don't hate their existence either. It's more like, it's just like, you know, you look at fan art and you're bound to come across that stuff anyway, so it's like, you know, I don't hate it, but it's not like I'm actively trying to seek it out anyway. Otherwise I'd find wilder things, you know. Because we all know wilder things exist. There was a fan art of someone doing ship art, and one was Floyd with Bill. Now that's one that you don't see much about. But you know what, I can understand. And one with Appel, can't remember the second one. I think Jack is very common with Appel, from what I've noticed. Or Bill. Depends on what flavor you like, you know? No joke though, Floyd and Bill look kinda cute. I can kinda understand. Especially after the whole thing in the Beans Day where Bill like just flips Floyd with ease and he's just like, how did you do that? Teach me. Honestly, if I say what I'm thinking right now, I'd probably get crucified. But again, I really do not care about the ethics of shipping. You're just playing with your characters like dolls. Who cares what you pair them up with, you know? I am old. I do not have time to care. Floyd really after Bill though. Teach me your ways, Beta Fish Senpai. Exactly. Teach me how to flip a man. Didn't Appel also kind of have that kind of a moment with Lilia? Because I think it's in Lilia's lab code story or whatever. Like Lilia ends up like fighting a bunch of Savannah Claw students and he just like flips them over and Appel's like, how did you do that? You're so tiny, how? Teach me your ways, tiny man. Must know the secrets of countering people twice my size. Teach me your ways. I love seeing ship art of other Twist characters I haven't seen. It's interesting what people can come up with. And like their reasoning for it too. Like please. I need to see something new because there's too much of the same, man. There's so many common ones that I'm just like, I need something different, you know? Where's the variety? Give me the spice. No, I must have just like seen fan art of the characters anyway. Doesn't matter if they're shipped with anybody or not, I just like seeing cool fan art, you know? I saw a Appel and Rook one. I'm surprised that one's not as common. Although I think the most common one is Rook and Bill. I don't know. At least that I've come across. Either that or Rook and Trey. I saw Jade and Silver one. I saw Leona and Lilia. Leona and Lilia, I haven't seen that. That seems very interesting in my opinion. Like, how What kind of dynamic are you working with for that one? I'm curious. I think there's a Japanese artist that I follow that ships Riddle and a Poe. Either that or they just draw them all the time anyway. Either by themselves or not. Honestly, I can't tell really because they just like drawing Riddle and a Poe in the most little chibi baby way. It's so funny. They're just these little chibis just doing their thing and everybody else looks normal and it's so funny. I like that fan art. They're just the cute beans. Any Kalim ship where my boy is happy. Kalim is a ray of sunshine, of course. He's gonna help. He needs to always be happy. He is happiness. I'm like, okay with Jamil and Kalim, but I want my Kalim happy. Kalim works so well with like almost every character. His personality is just that, like, friendly. Whether it's a ship thing or just a friendship thing, I just think he plays off other characters very well. Like in the recent event, he's so cute. He's trying his best, man. Reading too long make him sleepy. He also had a full tummy. He's sleepy. Doing his best. Also, I'm surprised at how short the Tangled event was. I didn't think it'd be that short. But at least I got Kalim and Deuce. I saw someone hating on Kalim and I'm like, why though? Why? What did he do to you? How can you hate him? I would not trust somebody that does not like Kalim. Like some characters, it's like, if you do not like this character, I kind of don't trust you. Like, if you're hating on them. Like, if you just don't like a character, that's fine, because, like, everybody has their own preferences, but, like, if you're hating on a character, in general, even if it's justified or not, I feel like there's something off with you. Why are you this vocal about how much you dislike a character? And not in a funny haha way, but in like a genuinely are you okay kind of a way. Because like I joke about how much I don't like Vargas, but like I'm not that serious about it, you know? Because like he's still a funny character, he's just not my personal taste in characters. It's like Tanjiro, like, what he do bad? Exactly. What did he do to upset you so badly? Like, like I can kind of get why some people don't like Joseph Joestar, cause like, why he cheated? Why? That makes absolutely no sense. But at the same time, I still like Joseph. And honestly, we could just chalk that down to like, oh, I forgot I wrote that. I forgot that I wrote that Joestars are loyal, and then Joseph Joestar is like the only outlier for everything. And Jotaro. But not really. Joseph is like the outlier when it comes to like the Joestar. At least when it was like the original universe. Same, bro. Like, I can't hate him. It's just physically impossible for me to hate him. He's defied so many odds when it comes to the Joestar lineage. Out of like every Joestar. It's so funny. It's like, oh, they tend to die young. He lives to be an elderly man. They're loyal. I mean, he is, but he had a moment of lapse in judgment, I guess. He has like the best relationship with his kids. He actually lived long enough to develop them. Also about Jamil, oh boy, Jamil, I don't like him, but what he did to my boy. Understandable. But at the same time, I like how they've sort of made up now, you know? They're on the track to actually being friends. Like Kalim's like, I want to actually be your friend. I don't want you to pretend to be my friend. Like, you're allowed to be rude and sassy now. So be rude and sassy. Like, I wanted to see Jamil. I want to see Jamil and see Kalim dream, but I love the fight though. Honestly, I feel like that's the moment where their friendship has truly become real. They were able to punch each other. And talk about how much they don't like each other. It's like, I don't like that you're being all fake. I did like that tackle when Jamil was taken in book 6. Yeah. Honestly, I think the intro to book 6 was kind of funny because it just was like 0 to 100 real quick. It's like, oh yeah, we're talking about what happened. VDC kind of apologizing for making a scene, and then they're kidnapped. And then Riddle is tased like 2 times. I still think it's funny that Riddle, out of all those characters, had to be tased twice. They had to knock that man unconscious. Like, there's no way we're getting him in here without him putting up a fight. After everything, Kalim's still thinking about Jinwoo. Because Kalim is just a good boy. He wants to see the good in everybody, even if they've proven him wrong way too many times. He has the patience of a saint. Like, he's aware. He's aware Jamil doesn't really like him. But he chooses to ignore it anyway because he genuinely wants to try and be friends with him. He's like an improved Prince Soma, where it's like he's actually aware of the fact that there's like bad in the world, but he's like choosing to believe in the best in people. And he's like so very helpful too. He's like, I want to help. And he's like, you can't just throw money to fix everybody's problems, Kalim. That's not how that works. You could stab at him, he would say sorry, I feel like. Yeah. Like, he wants to believe so badly. It's like, maybe if I'm nice, you won't want to kill me. even though he's aware of the horrors of the world. But, like, he's had assassination attempts placed on him a bunch of times. To the point where his least favorite food is curry because it almost killed Jamil, but then at the same time, Jamil still, that is his favorite food, and he does not care that it almost killed him. That's like a weird little detail I noticed. I'm just like, oh. Jamil, you good? Wait, is there something you want to talk about, man? I think Tuesday should be the talking about how strange Rook Hunt is as a character. I don't know, I think it'd be funny. He's talking about, like, everything he's, like, talked about so far. It's just fascinating. Although I think I might just do just regular drawing, I don't know. I'm kind of running out of ideas for silly things to do on Tuesday. Other than keeping everything in theme, I guess, of, like, Twisted Wonderland topics only on Tuesdays. I read a fic where Kaleem died, IDK how, and Jamil took Kaleem's place, and the whole time Jamil hated it and took his own life, only for Kaleem to show he's not really dead. Ah! That sounds like a Romeo and Juliet thing. They're like, oh, fake your death. But then the other one doesn't realize that, oh, you faked your death, I'm going to die anyway. And it's like, oh no. Plot twist. It was on Tumblr, my friend showed me, and it got deleted. Oof. That's always sad. When you find cool art and then it gets deleted and you're just like, oh. I hate the internet sometimes. Why are people mean? I am almost done coloring. And then my laptop can finally rest because, oh boy, is it chugging today. Like, I hate it when it happens, and I was reading a Floyd and Riddle fic, and I liked it only for the fic to get deleted. Oh, it's so sad. Sometimes I can understand, too, where it's like, oh, I don't like how I wrote this, I want to do something better. It's like, I can feel that, but at the same time, it hurts. But then there's other times where it's like, people are just annoying to the point where it's like you might as well delete it because you don't want to deal with people being annoying, and it's like, ooh, I feel bad, but at the same time, it hurts. I know people have their reasons, but at the same time, it hurts. Although I would rather people delete stuff because they feel like it's not their best and they want to redo it better than to just delete it because people were being mean and stupid. Because that just makes me feel sad. Although then again, most of the fan art I tend to follow usually comes from, like, Japanese fan artists. I don't really know much about what goes on the English side anymore because I've kind of cut myself off from it. In terms of, like, fandom discussion topics. Like, fan art from the English side is like, yeah, I'll look. I don't mind. I see good art, I like good art. I do not judge. They could have discontinued, but no! It do be hurting. I think the only time I've ever deleted stuff was mostly because I noticed an error very early on and I just quickly fix it. That's usually what happens when I delete something. But sometimes it's like a little bit too late and I'm just like, ooh, I noticed that mistake like right now. Oof. No, I remember a doujinshi I saw at the thrift store! This magical thrift store. It was, get this. I'm on the edge of my seat. Malleus and Rollo, the best thing I ever read. So I do remember when Rollo first came out, and then, like, after the event finished, there was so much Rollo Malleus fan art I saw, along with the silly joke art of Malleus and the gargoyle. I think Malleus was more in love with the gargoyle. The magical talking gargoyle that called him by his name, and he's just like, oh. Yes, you're my new friend. I think Malleus X talking gargoyle is the best thing ever. Because it's just so funny. Oh boy, tired. He's tired. He wants it. Looking good, yeah. My tired Typhlosion. He doesn't like going outside much. People scare him. But he powers through anyway because he has to. He has a duty after all. But purifying the deceased souls. I have to go now. Bye-bye. Goodbye. I'm pretty much done now anyway, so perfect timing. Tuesday's probably just gonna be drawing again. I hope to see you there at the usual time, if you're able. Bye-bye. Perfect timing, because he's colored. Finished post will be posted later. Because my computer needs a break. And hopefully by next Tuesday I will not be a laggy